Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's a whole new month. It's a whole
new year.
It's a whole new world. It just seems like, wow.
Super excited.
A fresh and a new. Hey, coming up later in the program, we're going to be talking Snap with Mark Kaye. He's got a thing called Talkin' Snap, and it's about Snapchat.
Okay.
So, have you ever been on Snapchat?
Briefly, and then I got rid of it. It was dumb.
He's our age, but he has this Snapchat thing called Talkin' Snap. I think it's going to be kind of fun to chat with him about it. I'm looking forward to learning.
It makes me nervous. I don't like that site.
I'm looking forward to learning more because our daughter's on there. I was like, oh, I don't know. She's like, I'm snapping. I'm like, what does that even mean? I don't get it. So I have questions, and hopefully he'll have answers. Doctors are saying a child's immunity system can actually be strengthened by exposing them to a little dirt. That's something you've been saying for decades.
I know.
Recent study shows around 9% of the U.S. population and 28 million people don't have a bank account. What the what?
I don't even know how that's possible.
I don't know. You need that for everything these days, don't you? Apparently not. 9%. 28 million people don't have one. Coming up, some special stuff going on today. We'll tell you all about it in a bit.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, January the 2nd. Today is 55 mile per hour speed limit day.
Okay.
It's Blue Monday. It's Divorce Monday. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. It is, listen to this one. Happy Mew Years for Cats Day.
How stupid.
National Buffet Day. Hey, I'm kind of feeling ripped off now because we're on our
Start a diet.
No buffet for me. National Motivation and Inspiration Day. I could
there
use that.
There you go.
National Personal Trainer Awareness Day.
We could use
I
that.
am aware. National Science Fiction Day. National Weigh-In Day.
That's a good day.
It is Pet Travel and Safety Day. It is Rose Bowl Game Day. It is Thank God It's Monday Day. And it's Tournament of Roses Parade Day. So there you go. All of those things going on. We're going to tell you about more fun stuff coming your way on the John and Heidi Show for a Monday.
John and Heidi.
It's a new year, and many have made resolutions. Have you? If your resolution is to quit smoking, I want to help. This is one of the biggest resolutions every year. I met a hypnotist that's been able to help people with this one. He can send you a Stop Smoking Hypnosis CD program that you just listen to, and it's designed to help you quit smoking. It's available at a discount for our listeners right now at radiosavings.com. Get the tobacco-free CD program for just $40. That offer is available right now at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. A new year means a new calendar. But if Scott Flansburgh gets his way, we could throw out all of the calendars and start all over. He is known as the human calculator, and he's proposing a new calendar that would do away with the Gregorian calendar that we've been using for centuries. Flansburgh calendar has 13 months with 28 days each. That adds up to 364 days, making New Year's Day a monthless day designated as 00 to bring the tally to a regular 365 days. Under his system, every New Year's would be on a Sunday, and Christmas would always be on a Monday. It would always lend itself to a 3-day weekend for those two things. Your birthday would always be on the same day of the week each and every year. So, like, if your birthday is on a Tuesday, it would always be on a Tuesday. Flansburgh.
I think that would suck. It's kind of nice to every once in a while your birthday lands on a weekend and you can really go and cut loose. You don't have to work in the morning.
Well, there you go. Flansburgh also notes that the system would make things like paychecks and budgets and even paying your bills, because you'd have payments spread over 13 months instead of 12. It would all be easier. He still hasn't figured out how to handle leap years yet, though. He's like, so how do we do that? And he's like, get back to me on that one. Don't know. So
why not just do away with leap years?
There you go. No more leap years. But then we would drift off and we'd be, all messed up. And did you know there was a leap second on New Year's Eve?
No.
Yeah. So like if you're counting down.
I think this guy is wasting his time.
You're supposed to go 10, 9, 8, 7. Because there was an extra second that was thrown in to balance things out. I'm not even kidding. For those of you who didn't know that, that's a true thing. And this deal here, this dude with the calendar, the human calculator known as Mr. Scott Flansburgh, he thinks we need to switch over to 13 months. I don't think it'll ever happen in our
No,
lifetime.
good luck with that.
Yeah, it'd be cool, but don't think it's going to happen. But you know it's true because you heard it on the radio.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
and this is your brain on drugs. Donald M. Hughes told Pasco Sheriff's deputy that he'd been robbed. He was paying off a $5 debt to a woman when she jerked a $20 bill from him and ran away. But the woman named Tammy Lucas said Hughes actually wanted to pay the $5 and get $5 worth of Xanax pills and $10 in change. According to Pasco County Sheriff, Lucas said after she gave him the pills, she forgot to give him the change. When he returned later for it, Lucas said she woke up from a nap to Hughes screaming and demanding money or more pills. Hughes was arrested and charged with filing a false report. Cost to investigate the entire incident, somewhere in the neighborhood of $78, when it turns out that this guy was basically calling the police on himself, saying, hey, I was buying these illegal drugs off this lady, and she ripped me off. And what really happened, according to her, is, no, he was buying these illegal drugs, and he left without taking his change. So, who knows? All I know is what a knucklehead for calling the cops, saying, here's what happened. Now will you arrest me, please?
Wow.
Your moment of duh is on the way. Now your moment of duh. From Charleston, West Virginia, Matthew Harrison's mother had just purchased him and his wife a new dryer to match their new washing machine. They called the city and asked for their old washing machine to be hauled away, and they put it out on the curb.
Oh, we
Then they
talked
waited
about this.
for 3 weeks.
And they
for
took the
city-
new one.
Yeah, for the city crew to come. As luck would have it, the crew showed up the same day that their new dryer was brought home. They just unloaded the new dryer from the truck, put it on the curb right next to the old one, and then they went looking for someone to help them carry it in the house. And, of course, that would be when the crew showed up and hauled away both new and old. When they came back, they were both gone. Now they're considering reimbursing them for the new dryer. So we did read that before? Mm-hmm. You got a good memory. I don't remember that at all.
Clearly, because you keep finding them.
Oh, well, maybe I should put you in charge of finding stories.
I'm busy enough.
I know. I get put in charge of finding stories, and I go out there and I'm like, hey, this is interesting. And Heidi's like, yeah, it was last time we read it, too. Coming up, we have your scoop of the day that's on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It appears that AT&T is buying HBO and Time Warner. Guess how much you're paying for those?
How much?
$85.4 billion.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I'd sell too.
Well, yeah. If you get an offer for $85.4 billion, you say yes. Kodak is entering the smartphone market, introducing a new phone first overseas, and then they're going to bring it here. So it's going to be like a camera that has a phone built in. What do you think of that? Instead of a phone with a camera built in.
I have seen camera cases that are kind of like Polaroid things where your camera case will print out.
Really?
Or your phone case, your phone case.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, your cell phone case will print out your pictures, your selfies.
Massachusetts woman went to the doctor because her stomach pains while undergoing an exam. Her water broke and she gave delivery to a baby she didn't even know she had.
Oh.
We've heard about this before, too. We know someone that happened to. Girl Scout cookies are coming to the breakfast table. General Mills offering Girl Scout cookie cereal in 2017.
I don't think I'd buy that.
Thin mint, caramel crunch. You'll be able to pour them into the bowl and yum, yum, yum. Not eating a lot of nuts? Well, maybe you should, because it'll help you lower your cholesterol and boost your heart health and even lengthen your life. If you're still not sold, try this. A new study out of Boston's Brigham and Women's Hospital says people who eat 5 or more servings of nuts each week have less inflammation. The culprit linked to heart disease and cancer. They suggest walnuts for the heart-healthy omega-3s, but almonds and cashews are also tough nuts to beat.
I like all of those kinds of nuts.
How do you say cashews?
Cashews.
And how do I say cashews?
You say cashews.
I do not.
You do too.
Did I say cashew that way?
Emphasize shoes.
Did I say it that way? So, almonds and cashews? I did it. I did it on purpose that time. Almonds and cashews are also tough. Did I say it wrong that time? Really? You say it again. Cashews.
Cashews.
So what am I saying wrong?
Cashews.
I say almonds and cashews. Would you stop it?
I don't know. It sounds funny when you say it. I don't know why.
Glad I can entertain you on a Monday. Google's management claims our children may have to change their names to escape cyber past. Private lives of young people are now so well documented that it's getting tougher and tougher for the kids to get out of this stuff here. It says they're on the internet, many will have to change their name upon reaching adulthood. They suggest young people should be entitled to change their identity to escape their misspent youth, which is now recorded in excruciating detail on social networking sites like Facebook. So they're saying as you get older, you should be able to just change your name instead of saying, I did all that stuff. They're going to remember anyway.
Right, exactly. They're going to remember. And I did some cool stuff when I was younger. I would love to have had photos of a lot of the stuff that I did.
I'll bet.
That these kids all have documented.
We probably wouldn't be married if that happened, just so you know. I've heard the stories. I don't know that I want to see it in living color. Attention men, stop thinking she'll leave you because you're so darn amazing. What? Oh, stop thinking she'll never leave you. One little word I missed.
There you go.
Because you're so darn amazing. She will. And she has somebody waiting in the wings. 43% of women say Mr. Plan B is somebody that they already know. According to a new survey, the most likely candidate is an old friend. Yeah, the guy she claims is, he's like a brother to me. Other candidates are ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands, colleagues, or someone she just met at the gym. To make you feel better, man, 1 in 10 have already confessed their undying love for her and say they would drop everything for her. So there's guys out there that are horning in on your ladies, and there are ladies that are going, I got a list. Yeah, I'd go with that guy. So who's number one on your list if you're going to leave me for somebody? I'm going to write it down because I think I know who it is.
Who's my plan A?
Yeah, who's plan A?
Brian Regan.
Yeah.
But you're my plan B, so I'm already on plan B. If Brian ever calls, I'll switch to plan A.
For those of you who don't know Brian Regan, he's a very, very funny comedian.
He's amazing.
And I understand why she says that.
I adore him. Yeah, if you kind of swing both ways, you'd even consider it.
No.
He's amazing.
He's a neat guy.
Yeah.
And we've met him numerous times.
I love him.
Yeah. She's got a tattoo of this man. This is weird. Coming up, we've got what do we have coming up? We've got something. Oh, yeah, I know what we have coming up. Mark Kaye. I just lost my mind for a second there. Going to be talking Snap with Mark Kaye. Going to be chatting about Snapchat. There we go. I'm going to try to make sure I can speak when that happens, too. It's coming up.
John and Heidi.
Radio advertising works. When it's done right, it works even better. There are many things you can do to get a better response, and shouting sale really isn't the best thing, believe it or not. Did you know that when you put words to music, they're 9 times more memorable? If you're trying to get people to remember your company, consider a jingle. We work with one of the very best jingle companies in the business, and we'd love to use music to help you grow your company. Learn more and hear examples at RadioReallyWorks.com. That's RadioReallyWorks.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We got a special guest joining us right now, Mark Kaye. And for those of you who are on social media, you might see this name, you might have heard the name, and you've probably maybe even seen some of his videos. He's got some great videos. He's all over the place on Snapchat. First of all, let's say hello to Mark Kaye. How are you, sir?
Hey, John, how are you?
Very good. We're excited to have you on the program. It's funny, I was telling you before we got on the show here how I came across knowing who you were. A friend of mine was sharing your videos on Facebook, and I clicked on and watched one, and I thought they were very funny and very informative. And how long have you been doing the YouTube videos, and how long have you been doing that online stuff like that?
Well, I've been doing YouTube videos for a long time. They've only recently, though, become funny and informative. So that's good news. I'm glad that's working. But no, you know what? It's something that I've kind of been playing with for a while. I had a daily vlog for a while, so now I kind of do it on a daily-ish basis, and I just tackle whatever's been happening. And as you know, there's a lot of stuff happening.
There is, and it seems like every day there's something different. If you and I could have done this interview a year ago, And if we were going to predict what was going to happen in the next year, there's no way either of us, no matter how smart we are, there's no way we would have predicted some of the things that happened.
Oh, I'm not smart at all, so there's absolutely no way that I would have predicted it. But, I'll tell you right now, I wish I started doing these videos last year.
Now, one of the other things that you do is Snapchat. Now, I don't know how old you are, but I think you and I are probably pretty close to the same age. My daughter's on Snapchat. I don't do the Snapchat thing. How did you get involved in Snapchat?
Well, it's interesting because I have again, during the week I host a radio show that's more entertainment oriented, and it's actually targeted to younger people, specifically younger women, which my wife hates. But my goal in life, and the way I make my living, is by talking to and interacting with 18 to 34-year-old women, and they're on Snapchat. So a couple of years back, I downloaded Snapchat. And I started playing around with it. And much like most people my age and your age, after about 5 minutes, I thought, I don't know what the heck this is. And I deleted it. But a couple weeks later, I read an article in Time magazine about 3 dudes who were making a decent living. They were making $100,000 a month on Snapchat. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I should check this out a little bit more. And I re-downloaded it, and I started playing around with it. And within a couple months, I'd really found a niche. I started the only talk show on Snapchat, and I started interviewing social media stars and music stars and TV stars and YouTube stars, and it grew and grew and grew. And within about 6 or 7 months, I found that I had actually become one of those Snapchat stars. But interestingly enough, Business Insider did a huge piece on me. They wrote this 6-page article about how I created this Snapchat talk show. And I talked to this lady for about an hour, and she asked me a ton of questions, and I gave her all this information. And if I didn't know something, I made something up that sounded really convincing. And at the very end of the interview, right when I was about to hang up, she goes, "Oh, one more thing. How old are you?" And I said, "Oh, I just turned 40." 2 days later, when the article came out, the title was 40-year-old radio DJ becomes Snapchat star.
Nice.
And I thought to myself, why would you have to put it right there in the headline? But, I gave you all this information, but it's been great. And the thing now that I find now is that a lot of other 40-year-olds seek me out and say, teach me about this thing because I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
And so that's been kind of a nice side project as well.
And the program is called TalkinSnap, which I think is really funny. Mark Kaye, host of TalkinSnap, is who we're visiting with right now. So for those of you who are on Snapchat, you know exactly who it is. For those of you that don't know what Snapchat is is really kind of an interesting thing that a lot of younger people are doing that. And I just personally, I'm an old guy. I'm 40 as well, so I don't get it. So maybe you'll have to teach me why I should be on Snapchat.
I definitely will.
Well, Mark, I appreciate you taking the time to visit with us. For people that are maybe looking for you online and they want to find Mark Kaye, where's the best way for them to go to? Where's the best place for them to go, rather, to find you?
Well, my website is markkaye.com, and that's MarkKaye.com. But if you type me into Facebook, if you type me into Twitter, there's a new age artist with long hair from LA who's also named Mark Kaye. That's not me. I'm the bald guy from Florida who talks about politics.
Well, Mark, thank you again. I appreciate you chatting with us today.
All right, hey, thanks, John. Anytime.
Again, our guest today, Mark Kaye, and it's MarkKaye.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
When is the last time you changed the air filter on your furnace? Now, don't be embarrassed. That happens to a bunch of us. The furnace filter should be changed often. This will help your heating and cooling system run more efficiently, and it'll even extend the life of your system. Now, there's an easy way to make it happen. Filter Easy, a new subscription service that delivers your size filter right to your door on the schedule you choose. It's easy. Filter Easy. One less thing to worry about. Learn about a special offer available now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Scott Paper Company survey concluded that more than 2/3 of people with master's degrees and doctorates read in the bathroom. I read in there, and I don't have either
I was
of
going
those.
to say, Scott Paper, isn't that toilet paper?
No, apparently.
Yeah, it is.
So they're saying, hey, what do you guys do while you're in there? Well, we read. That's what we do. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
What did I do here? The largest state in square footage east of the Mississippi River. What do you think that is?
I don't know.
Georgia. Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The cucumber has the fewest calories of all raw vegetables.
I love raw cucumbers. Love them.
I'm not a fan. I wish I could be, but
they're
I'm just,
probably my favorite vegetable.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Former U.S. President Grover Cleveland when he was a sheriff, served as a hangman twice. So we had a president that got to be a hangman and, have somebody hung while they were president. Well, while he was sheriff.
I'd like to do that someday.
Would you really?
For certain people. Yeah.
No, I don't think I'd
I've
like
got
to
a
do
list. There's a few
Make
that
sure-
I wouldn't mind
Am
being.
I on this list?
No.
Okay. Couple of fun facts for you on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
This is Richard Lustig, the world's first and only 7-time lottery game grand prize winner. Since I endorsed Lottolicious, I have won something every single draw. They do all the work. You don't have to worry about running to the store to buy your tickets. They take care of all that. So if you're looking for the best way to play the lottery, to give yourself the best chance of winning, go to radiolottopool.com and join today. Again, that website is radiolottopool.com.
John and Heidi.
All right, we had a lot of folks make New Year's resolutions just the other day. It's already the second day of January, and there's some that have already broken those. Have you done okay so far?
I am doing awesome.
So far, 100% on my side, too.
Watch, 3 months from now, I'm going to be freaking gorgeous.
What was the word I used the other day? Svelte?
Svelte? Yeah, I don't even
Isn't
know
that
what
a
that
thing?
means.
I think that's a thing.
What does svelte mean?
Svelte. I think that means like hubba hubba.
Sounds like a word a taxidermist uses. I don't even know why.
Somebody's got to let me know. Maybe I should quit using that word. Hey, the most popular resolution for the new year is lose weight. If you really want to lose weight, don't diet. That's what they say. Diets make you feel deprived, and that makes you more prone to binge eating later. Not exactly a good way to shed pounds. Instead of dieting, make small changes in your eating habits. According to NYP Holdings, here are 10 ways to lose 10 pounds. You ready for that?
Sure.
Take 3 bites less of everything. This would typically save... What?
3 bites.
3 bites less of everything. Shave off about 100 calories. Next, go ahead and order pizza, but cut out the cheese and meat toppings and choose extra sauce and veggies. That's not pizza.
That's not pizza.
Watch television less. Previous research has shown that people who watch more TV, if it's 2 hours or more every day, you tend to be a little more overweight. So there you go. Watch less TV.
We don't watch much TV.
Instead of oil or butter, use nonstick sprays and pans. We got a new pan for Christmas. Heidi got me one of those
yes,
red
you got a new pan.
ceramic pans. Oh, I love it.
Copper pan.
Copper pan. That's what it is. It's really cool.
And you don't need any oil.
No, you can cook anything in there. I was messing with stuff the other day. I'm like, I'm not even hungry. We're going to start cooking things to see what I can cook in there. Instead of oil or butter, use nonstick pans. It says when you go to parties, do this simple trick. Don't look at the buffet table. What you don't see will not tempt you.
That's not true.
When you're making homemade goodies, cut the sugar in half or by a third. You'll never even notice the difference.
You'll notice the difference.
These brownies are awful. When you're making homemade goodies, cut the sugar. It says next, hungry, eat fruit instead of candy. Do this once a day. You'll save a whopping 100 calories. Thirsty? Drink from a tall, thin glass instead of a short, squatty one, and it'll seem like you're drinking more when even, in reality you're not. When possible, stand instead of sitting. 50 minutes of standing burns 100 calories. And cut your portion sizes. The best way to do that, use smaller plates and smaller bowls. There you go. Now I do that. I use smaller plates, just 12 of them. All right, couple of fun facts for you right there. A couple of interesting ways to lose weight from mygoals.com. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
It's a new year, and many have made resolutions. Have you? If your resolution was to lose weight, you're not alone. This is the single biggest resolution every year. And every year, millions of people try, and many fail. I met a hypnotist that's been able to help people with this one. He can send you a weight loss hypnosis program on CD that you just listened to, and it's designed to help you reduce the cravings. It's available at a discount for our listeners right now at radiosavings.com. Get the weight loss CD program for just $50. That offer is available now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. I have some predictions for you, Heidi.
Alrighty.
And the amazing Kreskin? How do you say that?
I've never heard of this.
He's like a predicting guy.
All right.
What do you call it? Like a psychic. That's the thing. I'm going to try to, we're right now working out the details. I believe I'm going to be talking to him this Friday. I don't know. We'll see when it is. But here are some predictions that somebody else put out for this year. They say gas prices will go up, politicians will call for an investigation into the price gouging, and those same politicians will forget about the situation until election time rolls around again. Another politician or another prediction for 2017, Donald Trump will fire someone. Yeah, probably a whole lot of someone's. Predictions for 2017, nothing real will be seen on reality TV. I can't handle reality TV.
I don't like reality TV.
It is just so weird. I watch it, I'm like, this is so phony and fake. A rap song will come out that sounds a lot like other rap songs, and it will be a big hit.
And it will be offensive with naughty words that they have to bleep on the radio.
Exactly. And the final prediction for 2017, a celebrity with an upcoming CD or movie or television project will accidentally say something that is offensive and get a whole lot of attention to help their CD, movie, or television project. So there you go. A couple of predictions from a predictor of predictions.
I see.
Predicting things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one. Coming up, we've got something else on the way. I'm going to talk about a dude with a lot of garbage. It's coming up.
John and Heidi.
Going to talk trash right now, Heidi. There's a dude in Bucharest that has been living with garbage in his home for the last 5 years. He has currently a ton of garbage, literally. And it's finally been removed by authorities. After the removal of the rubbish, the building had to be evacuated and disinfected. One neighbor said, "We just couldn't bear the smell anymore." I think he kept rubbish in there for 5 years now. Nobody knows why he's collecting that junk. He doesn't speak to any of us. We had to have the authorities come and intervene. End of quote. Can you imagine?
Remember how first of all, I love the show Hoarders. It is a train wreck, and I cannot look away. I can watch it all day long.
I can't watch it. It's really hard for me to watch.
It is fascinating to me.
I resonate way too much with the people.
I know you do.
I like to keep things, and I'm like, oh, you're making her get rid of that. That's
I know you do.
Book from 1978.
And I don't resonate with it at all. And for me, it's like, I would just burn that place to the ground.
Heidi and
Why are you throwing all that stuff away? You're just going to fill it up with crap again? I would burn the house down and be like, oh, that's a shame.
Now you got one room. There you go. Good luck to you. Yeah. This happened in Bucharest. I don't know where Bucharest is, but it's an interesting sound for a town. Interesting sounding name for a town. Bucharest.
Yeah,
is that
I think
in
it's
India. I think so too. Anyway, he had a lot of trash. Coming up, we're going to go from Bucharest to New York and talk about an interesting engagement. It's on the way.
John and Heidi.
It's a new year, and many have made resolutions. Have you? If your resolution was to quit drinking or to kick a drug habit, we want to help. Our friends at Keystone can help you determine the best program for your particular needs. This is something that really matters to me. My father was an alcoholic. He lost his battle at age 49. That's just too young. If you're searching for help, I hope my friends at Keystone can help you find the help you're looking for. Call 844-204-1055. That's Keystone, 844-204-1055.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We've got a pretty special time of the year that just happened. A lot of people propose between Christmas and New Year. It's a big time for proposals. A lot of time, it's like at Christmas time when all the family's around and they'll, do a little sneak proposal in there and, oh, he said yes or she said yes or whatever. And then New Year's, like we did, New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. I didn't really propose. I just told Heidi on New Year's Eve, hey, we should get married. And she's like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then later I had to do a real proposal.
So romantic.
I do what I can. But on Christmas Eve, David Plavansky, this is from New York, drove his girlfriend almost 5 years they've been dating, by the way, past a storage building that he owns. And there on an 800 square foot frame, 6,300 blinking lights powered by a generator because it was out in the country, linked by 26 extension cords, spelled out his message, Janice, will you marry me? The entire effort cost about $350, took him 20 hours to hang all this stuff up. The woman thought I was nuts when I was buying all this stuff. He said, I had to think of something big, though. Guess what? She said yes.
Of course.
There you go.
You feel like a jerk saying no.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's really cool that this kind of stuff happens, but I think it's even cooler that this stuff gets shared on the internet so we can talk about it and other people can talk about it. Isn't that just a neat thing?
Very cool.
A lot of proposals. Think about this. Before the internet existed, think about how many cool things happened that nobody even knows about because it was just like the guy the people that were involved in that and maybe 4 people that they told. Nowadays, you can have something happen. You have 12 phones pulled out of their pocket within a few seconds taking photos of it. Have you ever noticed like these viral videos,
Here's
how
the
many
thing,
other phones there are?
The engagements didn't have to be as elaborate then as they do now. Now it's like a contest.
It is.
Like, who can do the most ridiculous thing?
Do you remember the one where there was a lady that she was sitting in the back of a car and they had to drive?
I loved that one.
And there was like a marching band.
I
There
love
were,
that
like,
one.
people
That one
doing
like made me cry.
somersaults
And you could tell the
cartwheels.
guy that was proposing to her was like a dorky little guy, and he was just so super excited to be getting married.
Yeah.
And he was all ready to go all out to do whatever he needed to do. It was amazing. I just cried for him. I was so happy for him.
It was cool. And by the way, sir, if you're listening, we love you. I mean, you're a dorky little fella.
You're a dorky little
That's
fella.
Just, you don't say that.
Well, he was.
Dorky
and
little
he's
fella.
a happy dorky
There
little
you go.
fella. It's okay.
Right. Good news. We have some good news on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Always try to wrap things up around here with some good news, and I think this is pretty good news. We actually have two stories if we've got time to get to them. All the years your parents told you no ice cream for breakfast might have actually stunted your brilliance, Heidi. A new study by a professor at Keio University in Tokyo reveals that eating a certain amount of ice cream immediately after waking up in the morning can actually make you smarter. According to the study, test subjects who indulged in ice cream immediately upon waking up and right before participating in a series of computer exercises had an increased reaction rate and were better able to process the information. What do you think of that?
I think that's ridiculous. I've never liked ice cream at all, and I am positively brilliant.
I love ice cream. And I'm not saying that this was slanted or anything, but this study was done by Blue Bunny Ice Cream. It wasn't really. I just said that because I wanted to be silly. No, it was from the university there in Tokyo. And they say ice cream right out of bed for breakfast, and then ice cream right before you have like a big challenge or whatever. So the struggle would be carrying this ice cream around because it's going to melt, you know. So I'm not sure what the plan is there. If you'd like to know more about this, by the way, I've got the link at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. So that is some good news. Now, this is also good news. Do I have time?
I suppose. I didn't even know we were already at the end of our show. I was like, last break, good news. What?
The key to longevity is not food or drink or exercises. Happiness is the key to a longer life. That's the word from researchers at the University in Rotterdam in the Netherlands who have concluded that people who are happy live longer, by as much as a decade longer. Happiness does not heal, but happiness does protect against failing illnesses. That's cool, isn't it? Mm-hmm. The study of the author of the study, whose name is from the Netherlands that I'm not even going to try to pronounce, V with a whole bunch of other letters behind it, wrote in the Journal of Happiness Studies, it's because of this protective effect that happiness prolongs life among healthy people. The effect of happiness on longevity was compared to that of smoking or not smoking. So the same kind of thing, like if you're a smoker, you're going to die younger than a non-smoker. If you're happy, you're going to die younger than a person who's not happy. Imagine if you're an unhappy smoker. I mean, this is not good. This is not good at all.
You said if you're happy, you're going to die younger than someone who's unhappy?
Happy people are going to live longer.
Oh.
I don't know what I said, but what I meant was that.
If you're a happy smoker, it's going to even itself out.
Yeah, but if you're a happy non-smoker, I mean, cha-ching. You just hit like the lottery of life. There you go. Good news. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.